When Xenoblade 3 was announced, I can say I wasn't really too surprised since at that point it's been like 5 years since Xenoblade 2, but regardless, I can say I was really excited. It looked like it would take different aspects from Xenoblade 1 and 2, which really had me interested to see how exactly they would mix those two together. There was also the stuff I saw in trailers, like the Mobius stuff, and characters like Van Damme really made me wonder about the rules in the story. And when they announced the game was coming a month earlier, it really had me saying what were they cooking. Also, with this video, I'll be talking about spoilers, so if you don't want to hear them, don't watch until you beat the game. I will also mention, with this game, I'm only going to talk about, the base version, so I'm not really going to bring up the DLC all that much. So stuff like the challenge mode and the new DLC characters won't really play a factor in it at all. But with the new story that is going to get eventually, I'm going to make, its own video whenever it releases and I finish it. But before the video starts, I just want to let you know I have a Twitter and it's linked down below. Along with that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and with that, let's get into the video, starting with my likes. As per usual with the Xenoblade series, the gameplay here is really good. It takes aspects of Xenoblade 1 and 2's combat with having arts that have a cooldown and ones that have a recharge via the auto attack. This depends on the class you have on the character, so if it's an Agnes class, it will have the auto attack charge, and if it's Kevis, it's cooldown. And while I've noticed the Agnes arts you can use a lot more often, I still have fun with both sides. The customization is also pretty nice since you can have 6 arts by the end of the game, or at least by the midway point, where it's just 3 Kevis and 3 Agnes depending on your class rank. There's also different gems and accessories, and while the gems are a lot less than what I've expected, it's still nice. And there's some nice stuff with the heroes where they have their own unique chain attack bonuses, which is nice since you can have somewhat more unique parties depending on what kind of bonus you want to get. And of course, each class has their own unique traits like Self, basically boosting your damage by reducing your health, or like Encircle, just having a really high crit rate. And with the DLC, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more cool stuff now, like having basically what is kind of equal to what Poppy had in Xenoblade 2. I know it's not the exact same, but it's the closest thing I can think of. But right now, it just has a lot of stuff that I find really cool. I also really did enjoy the visuals. It's definitely one of the best looking Switch games. And I'm kind of surprised Monolith pushed it off, considering how much Monolith it has on screen and how good it looks with that. And while there are some moments where I notice the resolution dips or the game kind of just slows down because there's just so much going on, it's honestly not that bad, and I'll give them a lot of credit. And honestly, stuff like this really made me wish that the Xenoblade games got ported to a stronger console, because again, I feel like if it had better resolution stuff, the game would look a lot better. The side quest I also enjoyed here. Definitely some of my favorite side quests in the whole series, and while some of them were kind of lackluster, I think that's expected with a game of this size. I did end up liking a lot of the ones I played, or at least most of them, and while I haven't finished all of them, I did do a good chunk of them. That 130 plus hour play count doesn't really lie. I enjoyed the hero ones where they would interact with each other, since I did find them to be fun, since I did like a lot of the heroes. And those quests in general were also pretty nice, and the ones that weren't the hero quests that I liked a lot had to be Teach's quest, where you have to go teach newest people in his colony, the Rousing Boreas one, Writer's Block, Julieta, and Romeo, and a few others. Overall, I could say I had a ton of fun with Xenoblade 3. The gameplay is insanely fun. It was kind of cool to see them combine different aspects of Xenoblade 1 and 2's gameplay, because I think it really makes unique by just using other aspects. It also makes sense considering both the worlds have combined. And honestly, it really makes me interested with what new gameplay they could add in DLC. And with Ino, it's kind of fun with her, but again, I'm still interested to see all the new characters and whatnot. But even with all the fun I had with it, there are some other aspects that I ended up finding lackluster. One of which is the main villains. I found most of them to be just okay or just flat out boring. A lot of them are pretty much like Xenoblade X's villains, where they just don't get a lot of depth. And while you do see Z early on, he doesn't really do a whole lot and just gets N to do things for him along with the other movies. And on N, I did like him somewhat, but I kind of wish he was interacting with the main cast a lot earlier on and was a bigger threat. This is pretty much the same with M, and while I did kind of like Mobius J, I really wish you did see him a lot more than 3 times. And while those times I did enjoy, I just felt like, he could have maybe interacted with Mobius a little bit more and slowly just learned to become a little bit more like his old self and whatnot. Again, what's here is good. It's just I wish there was a little bit more because it felt kind of absent. I also felt the story's pacing was a bit fast, and I ended up not really liking that as much. Like, you end up getting the main cast by the end of chapter 1, which is kind of odd to me since, the Kevis and the Agnes did really hate each other, so I thought they would spend a lot of time just them trying to come together and, share a common goal, but, it is what it is. I just wish there was a lot more, like, character moments in between, them coming together and by the end of the game. And for the most part, I kind of just felt like, oh, we have to work together because we have to. I didn't really sense a real strong bond between them. Like, I did kind of feel something later in the game, but again, it wasn't as strong as, say, something like Xenoblade 2, just because, I've gone with the characters a lot more because they just, spaced out, when they come in body a lot sooner. And I didn't try to rush the story. I ended up doing a lot of side quests, as I said, and I got all the heroes pre the DLC and ascended all the classes. So again, it just felt odd how fast everything felt. And for me, I just felt like the areas were a lot shorter, so you can get through the regions a lot faster. Again, I don't know if that was just me, it just felt that way. And honestly, I felt the game overall was just okay. The main cast and the various other areas and other aspects like the story I just found to be average. And it didn't really amaze me, but it didn't do anything too bad. I was kind of expecting it to, amaze me like how Xenoblade 2 had and how Xenoblade 1 had, but that's just not the case. And I still had a ton of fun with the game, and I'm still looking forward to the DLC, and frankly, I would still recommend Xenoblade 3. In general, it's just a lot of stuff that I kind of just thought, yeah, this is good, but it's nothing too amazing. And it's why I didn't list some stuff like, the main cast as one of my likes, just because overall I think they're nice, but just not even really comparable to some other games. And while I do think they're better than like Xenoblade 1's cast and Xenoblade X's cast, again, they're not really just overly amazing to where I could say I really did enjoy them. I just thought all of them were okay. But with that, I want to hear what you guys ended up liking about Xenoblade 3. Let me know in the comments below. And of course, before the video ends, I'll go over my own likes and dislikes again. Likes, great gameplay, nice visuals, and good side quests. Dislikes, most of the main villains, and pretty fast pacing. Thank you all for watching, and again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And also, follow my Twitter, link down below, and now see you guys later. Thank you all for watching and staying to the end.